Hello everybody, my name is Shoreline614 and I let the stream start and then I went to go get some water. And, well, the dogs are upstairs. Always. And today, uh, we are gonna be, continuing on with our, Tylo mission in KSP. So let's get right into it. I got 2 Joule last time. And then I stopped because I really did not feel like continuing on. Ethan Armitage. My name is Ethan Armitage. That is very much indeed correct. Let me see. I'm a bit behind on my end, so let me just refresh. There we go. Been announced. All right. Well, let's get right into it, I guess. Tylo or death. Let's get into that. I have water and I have a brownie. My hope is that I will land on Tylo today and I can eat the brownie. Jeb has still been out on the launch pad for like 4 years, so we'll probably need to recover him. Sitting out there doing absolutely nothing. I wouldn't want to be sitting in the same location for 4 years or so. So yeah, welcome back to... I wanted to do this stream... Oh, message retracted. Well, it is forever preserved in my little box down there. So yeah, I wanted to do this on Friday, but I wasn't really feeling up to it, and I almost didn't do it I couldn't do it yesterday because I was busy, and I almost didn't do it today because I didn't feel good, but luckily I got a bit better. Now, where were we? We were coming into Joule. We are very much far away away from Joule. And, well, let's warp down here. I guess we're focused on Tylo, which is, of course, our final destination. And we're just gonna... apparently we have 1% signal strength. Well, luckily for us, we do indeed have crew. So, control from here. We do have crew. So, it doesn't matter. Well... Yes. Don't really know what to talk about today. I guess we can talk about what's happened in the past week. What has happened in the... Was Polaris announced within the past week? When was it announced? I think it was announced at the beginning of this week, yeah. So, the Polaris program, which is going to be very interesting, which is Jared Isaacman, who's the billionaire who made his money in... What did he make his money in? Transactions, like finance, whatever, like PayPal, whatever Elon Musk originally made his money in. They're both very similar in terms of how they became billionaires, but he did the Inspiration 4 mission, which was September of last year, and that was him picking 3 other people to go up into space for a week. And for the most part, it was mostly just kind of like a PR event. It was to raise money for St. Jude, the children's cancer charity. I think they raised around $240 million, which is well above the amount of money that the actual mission cost. I know Falcon 9. I think Crew Dragon's like 100 million, I want to say. Anyone correct me if I'm wrong. Falcon 9 is like 50 million in reuse. And I think it was also was it a reuse capsule as well? I think it was. So it was probably significantly less than that. So the mission altogether was probably around 100 million, based off of what I know, although I am probably wrong on that. All I know is it costs less than $200 million. And they raised $240 million, which is neat. And it's not like, Isaacman was backing the entire thing. It's not like, oh, donate, and then whatever to cover the cost of the mission, whatever else goes to St. Jude. It's like, yeah, all the money goes to St. Jude. Which, that was pretty neat. That was neat, but he's back. I guess he got his space kick and wants to go back, which I do not blame him. And contracted out for 3 flights. The first one, which is called Polaris Dawn. It's supposed to be launching 4th quarter 2022, so 4th quarter this year, which probably means early next year, considering time. Casual YT Commander, hello. Welcome. And that will involve him and another, I forget his name. I just watched an NSF interview with him. And, I guess 2 SpaceX employees, which is, I think one of them's the director of astronaut training, and one of them's the director of crew, which, I mean, if you're gonna send anyone up there, any of your own, if SpaceX is gonna send any company people up there, it's going to be the director of astronaut training, so they can actually, you know, be an astronaut, I guess. And they're gonna, I think we'll start burning once we get to 2 minutes. And I think the main objectives, it's not like another billionaire joyride where it's, haha, you know, a bunch of people, you know, billionaires go up into space and, you know, for a few minutes, like what Jeff Bezos does. An Inspiration 4, while I guess you could count as a billionaire joyride, it was more like, let's raise money for charity was the big focus, but Polaris is actually supposed to be, like, testing shit. They're gonna go into the highest Earth orbit since they're gonna break the Gemini record. Gemini went into the highest Earth orbit. I forget. I know it was on Gemini 11. I know it was like 1,300 miles? Kilometers? Question mark? So they're gonna break that. They're gonna go into the Van Allen belts. Well, we're about to burn in a minute. Oh, that's neat right there with all the moons lined up. Well, that's a neat. Okay, hold up. That's the thumbnail right there. If we don't land on Tylo today, that's the thumbnail of the video. Anyways, start burning. Yeah, they're gonna go to the highest Earth orbit since the Gemini missions, which the Apollo missions don't really count because we're going out to the moon. Van Allen radiation belts test the effects of radiation on people for extended periods. They're gonna do a spacewalk. They're gonna test Starlink. So it's. I know a lot of, and I know they don't like the Polaris program themselves said they don't really like this comparison, but I'm gonna make it anyways because everyone's making it. It's like the Gemini program. If you think of like Starship as like Apollo, and then the second Polaris mission, nobody knows what it is. It says it's gonna be based off of the first, which is up for massive interpretation. I think Isaacman also said that it's going to be based off of how well the first mission goes and how much development, how far Starship is along by then. Which honestly makes me think that they're going to dock a Dragon and a Starship in orbit around Earth, which I think would be pretty interesting. And the third flight is, of course, the first manned flight for Starship, so we have a manned Starship flight on the books, which is pretty based. So yeah, that's the Polaris program. That's going to be real neat to see. You know, I think during the NSF broadcast when they were stacking Booster 4 and Ship 20, I forget who said it, but it was not Ian. I forget who said it. One of the NSF people said that watching, you know, Booster 4 and Ship 20 stack was like watching Apollo 4 roll out of the VAB for the first time, and that it kind of struck me right there the importance of a lot of spaceflight stuff that's going on now, and watching Polaris is going to be like watching the Gemini program, which is that's something to think about. Oh, hello? Why are you spinning out of control? Oh. These things. Hold up. Good old time warp can always right itself. The V's must have cut. Let me look back in the VOD and then just start seeing when we start spinning. My dogs are upstairs. Do we start spinning the moment the engine's cut out? Yeah. Well, slightly before. Like maybe about a minute before is when the engine's cut out. It's very hard to talk and it's very hard to fly at the same time. This is something that I have noticed. It's very hard to do both. But, Tylo. I guess we can, like, find a Tylo close approach? Oh, we're, like, super close to a Tylo close approach. Yeah, let's go ahead and get our Tylo close approach. Hello? Internet? Hello? Alright, there we go. And, well, actually, yeah, we can get the Tylo closest approach in. I'm gonna bring my microphone a bit closer to me. It was a bit further out than the last time. I do have the spacecraft volume up a little bit compared to last time, so hopefully the audio is okay. Yeah, spacecraft separation, we just need... Up, there we go. And then... Of course, we want to get that down to a very low level. Or do we? Yeah, I'm gonna say we do. Because, apoapsis, orbital mechanics. Looks like we're gonna be coming in over the poles. We could do a polar landing. Yeah. I'm going to make a maneuver node, like out here, that gets us into an equatorial orbit around Tylo. Tylo orbits... Tylo orbits that way. So... Oh, nope. Yeah, no, I don't want that. Add maneuver. We can... You want to just... Nah. Where's our ascending... We're already past our ascending node and descending node. I guess we can just do it around Tylo? I'm gonna quick save. Yeah, I really don't want to mess around with maneuver nodes right now. I kind of just want to get there. Excuse me. We're coming in at 29,000 kilometers a second. God. I'm gonna warp 46. And then we'll fly in a bit closer. That Tylo is my target. Problem is I don't have anything else, so is there a way for you to find your ascending and descending node? I guess you just have to guess. I am very tired today. I've had kind of a long day. So, I don't want to go for too long. Which, I do want to stream. I am setting a goal for myself to stream at least once per weekend. Probably on Friday, but on Friday I was just exhausted. I've been pinged. That's in the D&D club. Excellent. I guess I can talk a bit about my D&D campaign that I'm playing with my friends. It's part of a school club. So basically, we are a group of 4, and we are called the Men Down Under because all of our characters are under 5 feet. And we started, should I start burning now? Yeah, I'm gonna... Actually, once we get to 5 minutes. Once we get to 4 minutes, we'll start burning. And we are... Our group is called the Men Down Under because we're all under 5 feet. It's a group of 5, so there's 4 of us. And then there's the DM. And we started in a manor. We picked up leaflets on the ground saying that we were invited to this party at this big manor, headed by the Falconwrath family. And we got there, and that was like the big excuse for all of us to meet up, because the big thing in D&D is like, oh, how does your group come to be? You all walk into a tavern is the, stereotypical sort of thing, or you're in prison, one of those 2 things. So we get there, we all get seated down at like the weird people table, and then we just start having a food fight. And of course that food fight inevitably morphs into a normal fight, and we're chased out of the manor. And we, one of our... Oh, we're gonna start burning now, by the way. One of our guys, one of my friends, what is this orbit? This is sending us into a polar orbit around Joule. Interesting. Orbital mechanics. And that sent us, it evolved into a normal fight, and what we ended up doing is we ended up seizing control of a carriage and then running down a mountain in this carriage. Now, one of my friends, in one of the buildings in the manor, he found what has collectively been called the funny gun. And the funny gun, it's based off of something from a game I don't play. It's like a crystal-powered blunderbuss, which is like a hand-owned, like a pistol, basically, a very early pistol. And you have to roll a D100, so like a D10, and you have to roll a D100, and every time you roll from 0 to 100, it performs a different action. Sometimes it can like kill people, sometimes it can like burst things into flames, sometimes it'll just like, I think one time it like shot a squirrel out of it. How's my bit rate? On the YouTube end, it's... Am I still live? Yeah, it's very comedic. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Very comedic kind of weapon. And then what else happens? Yeah, that happens. We get chased by the Falconwraths. We go to this town and, like, break into the town and then, like, steal a bunch of things. We end up killing a bunch of people, which wasn't exactly our goal. My friend Brian, his character's name is Groveland, and it's an elf monk who just punches shit. So his only... he punches things. And one of his punches, he can, like, punch fire. And he's like, I'm going to punch fire. There's this crowd, and there were guards in the crowd after us. And he decided to, like, cast a fireball into the crowd, or, like, punch into the crowd. And we had to roll for how many people we killed. We only killed 2 civilians. And the guards, but only 2 civilians died. So now we're, like, wanted criminals and whatnot. And then we discover that there is a town which is not under the control of the Falconwraths, which means we're safe, right? And this town is, like, populated by dwarves, and naturally, we wanted to see dwarves, because none of us are dwarves. So, first of all, we stop at, like, the middle town, which is just, like, a giant, like, factory town and whatnot, and there's a singing contest. I'm glossing over, like, the first... Now, what I'm explaining only happened within the last maybe 2-3 sessions, because we're like 12, a dozen sessions in and whatnot. And, oh, looks like we're gonna have to... those are gonna have to be jettisoned very soon. We go to this town, and there's a festival, right? So the first thing that we do is we see that there is snail races going on. So we decide to bet all of our money on snail races. And being the absolute people that we are, of course we decide to use magic to win the snail races in our favor. So I end up casting Vicious Mockery, which is like, you insult someone and you take damage, it's great, onto a snail. Why are we burning out of control? Every single time. Okay, that's good to know. Every single time one of these burns out, it, you just spin out of control. That's good to know. We're getting now to the wire in terms of fuel. It should be enough, question mark. If I have to, I don't want to tap reserves from the lander. So yeah, we bet on snail races, right? And using magic we win, and then we buy the snail. His name is Larry. What else happens? There's a singing contest, and this is where we get our name from, the Men Down Under, because we're wanted criminals. So we can't use our actual names, because they're going to be like, that's the guy we need to arrest. Those are the people we need to arrest. So what we do is we change our names ever so slightly, and then we have to coin, like, a group name, whatnot. Like, oh yeah, we're the Men Down Under, because we're all under 5 feet. And, we have to give a location to where we're from, and we're like, oh yeah, we're from, like, a faraway land called, and I just threw out a city name, because I'm weird like that, Albany, Georgia. Albany, Georgia. The Men Down Under from Albany, Georgia, and he's like, cool, and then we become known as, hopefully these don't hit anything, we become known as the Men Down Under from Albany, Georgia. And, we win the singing contest, we get a whole bunch of money. Brian, we just go and buy, like, our DM Priam, he made some pretty cool, like, magic items that we could go out and buy, and we buy them. And then, of course, we continue on to the town in the far distance that's populated by dwarves, because we wanted to see dwarves. Actually, before this, when we were heading to the town where the singing contest is in, the DM just threw, like, there was just a guy, like, some kind of, like, orc guy. And he's like, he put it in there because he wanted to see if we would, like, go up and attack it, which, attack the guy. But no, he's just a guy, and we're like, hey, it's just a guy, and we treat him just like a guy. We don't steal, we don't kill him, which is, very rare for our group. It looks like we're about soon to get into an orbit. And yeah, anyways, we go to the town with the dwarves. I always forget the name. And this is everything that's happened in our most recent session. So we go into the dwarf town, and there are 3 places we can go to. We can go to a soup store. We can go to, like, help this girl. Or we could follow this cart that has a whole bunch of, like, treasure on it. And naturally, we follow the cart with all the treasure. And that leads us deep, well, the entire city's underground, but that leads us, like, into the deep, deep underground area, where there is a massive warehouse by the name of Chaotic Evil Incorporated. And we decide, oh yeah, we want to break into Chaotic Evil Incorporated because we hear 2 dwarves discussing a plot to kill, like, the king of the town or whatever. So, one of my friends asked the DM, does pizza exist in this universe? And he says, yes. Or he says, sure? And suddenly, his next move is to literally launch himself onto the 2nd floor, break in through the window, and say, hey, did you order a pizza? Which, and then we all rush in and we pretend to be the pizza delivery people to try and foil the discussion about the plot to kill, you know, the king or whatnot. And then, shit happens. I don't think we actually get into a fight, we just kind of sneak out and also steal things. Are we into... What is going on here? Tylo escape. So if I continue on, I'm going to get into another orbit around... Okay, that's interesting. I really should have brought, like an ion probe. Just to see. You know, just to, like... That's... Want to crash into Tylo, my friend? No? Orbital mechanics are weird, and I love them. Anyways, so we end up leaving. We the actual cart we don't end up robbing. We don't actually get much out of the warehouse itself. It's literally just like a warehouse of like random shit. So we go to the soup store, and I decide, because my character is like a satyr guy, and he's like they're known for like being hedonistic and just spending money on shit that they don't need. So I'm like, I'm going to spend all my money on buying soup. And then my friend Jonathan says, no, I will buy the soup. So we buy 100 gold worth of soup, which is a ridiculous amount of soup. Also known as 15 barrels. And our first thing is like, all right, where the hell are we going to store all the soup? So, you know, the soup store is basically in like the slum area of the town. So we go and we buy the D&D equivalent of the $1 homes in Detroit. And we name it the Soup Shack. And we put all the soup in the Soup Shack. All 15 barrels. And this is now our base of operations. At least temporarily. Because our eventual goal is to get to Albany, Georgia. Because Albany, Georgia is now a real place. We have decided it. Alright. We're now in an orbit around Tylo. Holy shit. And then, yeah, we buy the Soup Shack, the $1 Detroit house, meth shack, and then we have to go to warn the king about the plot, because hopefully he will protect us from the Falcon Wraths and, like, the 8 other parties that want to kill us, because we have a bounty on our head for killing people. And, yeah, that's the current state of the campaign. There's a billion other things I could go into, like the weird black obelisk and the horde of like zombies that's just wandering the tundra north of where we are. You know, stuff that really doesn't matter. We are now in an orbit around Tylo, a really shitty orbit, but an orbit nonetheless. Let's I'm going to just guess that my descending node, or ascending node, is, like, around here somewhere. Oh, that's way too much Delta V. I might just have to land on Tylo in this really awkward orbit. You know what? We'll land in a polar orbit. Screw this. You know. Polar orbits are cool. Do I really want to waste Delta V, though? I kind of don't want to. So I might just keep myself in this really bizarre orbit I don't want to be in. What the hell is that? That's an SP-280. Sorry, I'm looking on Discord. That's the Discord I don't want to check, because it's cringe. I am nice, Paul Mishler. He uploaded a video. So yeah, my bitrate on my Twitch end has said it has gone to utter garbage. Unstable connection. Well, that's not good. Alright. I'm just gonna say screw it, and I'm gonna keep myself... Well, okay. I think it would actually be rather optimal to get into a lower orbit. So, I am going to work up there. Oh, the bitrate is stable again. Excellent. Yeah, I am going to get into a higher orbit, a lower orbit. Going for 32 minutes. What time is it? It is 9:37. Alright. We have fuel. Well, these aren't online. I can actually test this lander now. I did do an SSTO test of this. So I do know it can SSTO on Kerbin, and that has atmosphere. Whether it can SSTO on... well, it only needs to SSTO down to the surface. Single stage to surface. And then I guess it needs to... depending on how much fuel we have left. Although my plan was to basically, whatever fuel we have left, just pack it into the center core. And of course, once we get back here, we're going to jettison everything but the capsule itself, because no need to bring along any dead weight. My original idea was to make this reusable. I had a very complicated original plan for this, but then I just said, screw it. Just do it, you know, first time going to Tylo. I'm not going to do anything particularly complicated. I'm just going to brute force my way to Tylo. I'm going to get that down to about a 100-kilometer orbit. Yeah, there was a, no, it's actually quite interesting because, 90... no, it's actually, do I have enough model prop? Sure. It's actually quite interesting because my original idea on Friday was, yeah, I'd come in. Are we in a retrograde orbit? I think we are. Yeah, we are. Well, that's cringe. It is what it is. It's like retrograde barely. Ooh, hello, Tylo. My original plan, right, was to live stream on Friday and then stay up late for the Cygnus launch at 12:40 a.m. Now, you may notice that, you know, it wasn't... wait a second, the Cygnus launch wasn't actually at 12:40 a.m. Which, yeah, it's true. I misread PM as AM, and I thought it was 12 hours earlier than it actually was, so I stayed up super late. But I did get to talk to my friends, which was pretty neat. Even though I was feeling awful at the time. Oh well. It is what it is. And then I wanted to see Cygnus launch because I'm in Northern Virginia, and during when they launch during the night, I can actually see it from the back of my deck. And you know, where Northrop Grumman actually builds the Cygnuses is 15 minutes away from me, you know. I'm not too worried about doxing myself because Northern Virginia has like a fuck ton of people. You know, I could be in a very wide range of places. Let's just start burning now. Well, the Air and Space Museum is actually only like 15 minutes away from me as well, the one in Dulles. It doesn't... I think that has Discovery. It's been so long since I've been there, which is a shame, being both a space nerd and living near it. I haven't been there in forever. I might make a video out of that, because why the hell not? I make what I want to make, you know? I don't do this for money. I do this for my own enjoyment. And, you know, I make what I want to make. It is what it is. Pay attention to that. Brought down on the center core, which is a bit concerning. Yeah, I think... so yeah, I might go there this weekend, I might make a video out of it. Who knows? Jortline 614 vlog. Where was I? Oh yeah, I also really need to go out to Wallops one of these days and actually see a launch. In the back of my mind, I've kind of been waiting until, like, Electron gets going out of there, because I want to see Electron. But, you know, next Cygnus launch, I might just say screw it. I could have gone this weekend. It is a 3-day week. Actually, no. I couldn't have gone this weekend. Never mind. This weekend was very busy for me. Right. He will begin flipping out in about... there. Alright, that's empty of fuel. Means we can just jettison them. We're gonna warp around one more time. What else? Yeah, I really need to go see a launch. What else? I've only been to the Eastern Shore once, and it was in the spring of 2020 when my family were sick of quarantine, and we went with some family friends to North Carolina, to the Outer Banks. And for a day trip, me and my dad wanted to go see the remnants of the Bay Coast Railroad, which was a piece of railroad that I'm really fascinated in. It was originally the Norfolk, the New York, Philadelphia, and Norfolk Railroad, which ran between Norfolk, Virginia, and Cape Charles, and not Cape Charles, Norfolk, Virginia, and Delmar, Delaware. Well, there was a car float between Little Creek, which is just next to Norfolk, and Cape Charles, which actually ran until 2014, which is pretty interesting. And I wanted to go see it. And, well, the remnants, because, you know, around the time the first event, when I really started paying attention to like railroading and the railroading world in grade, that was one of the first like big news stories, and it wasn't that particularly big of a news story, but it was for me because it was the first like struggle over abandonment, and it was a line in Virginia. And I remember, you know, looking on the Wikipedia page for it, and I remember coming back the next study hall and seeing, oh, they ran their last train. So I became kind of fascinated with this one weird piece of railroading. And I wanted to go see it. And I did. I went to Cape Charles, me and my dad. Going over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is kind of a nerve-wracking experience, if I'm going to be honest. And yeah, I went to Cape Charles, and the yard, I knew they had torn out the yard. By that point, they had torn out the yard because they wanted to make the yard into, like, luxury condos or whatever, so that fell through. Which leaves this very interesting predicament, because you have, like, the residential area of Cape Charles, and then it just kind of stops, like, hard stops, and then there's the rail yard where it used to be. And then, there's like a giant sea of what is now grass. And there's also a few like ATV trails they paved through the yard, which I found particularly interesting. At least they're getting some use out of it. And what they ended up doing was, and on the other side is like the industrial area with Bayshore Concrete, which was the Bay Coast Railroad's largest shipper. And after Bayshore Concrete shut down, they shut down. It was sold to another company who I don't think they were interested in using rail, or maybe they just, you know, I can't remember the exact story. It's been so long I've looked into it. I think they announced that they were selling it, or the plant shut down. I think it was Bayshore Concrete shut down, and you know, then the railroad shut down, and then the plant was sold, and then the now they can't use rail, which is actually rather sad. And so I went to Cape Charles. You know, there was the sea of grass in the yard. It was, we only stayed there for like an hour. My first impressions of the Eastern Shore is I'd heard a lot of things about the Eastern Shore. The Eastern Shore is kind of like Virginia's Florida. Northampton and Accomack are the two poorest counties in the state of Virginia, by far. And it's very agricultural, a lot of fishing, not a lot of tourism. There's some tourism. There's Chickateague National Wildlife Refuge, and of course there's Wallops Island and a launch site there. I know that there's a golf course at Cape Charles, and the guy who owned the golf course also briefly owned the railroad because he wanted to run like tourist dinner trains, which lasted a little bit. And I went there, and it was rather sad, you know. Actually, if I'm going to be honest, if I keep circularizing, I'm going to waste fuel. So I'm just going to leave it in this orbit, okay? I'm already wasting so much fuel. I just want to land on Tylo. And, yeah. Rather sad to see. First time I've seen an abandoned railroad really like that. I wanted to go up further and check out the remaining rail, but I couldn't because I didn't have enough time. And, you know, surprisingly, most of the equipment from the original Base Coast Railroad survives. I know there's a Jeep 15 that they had that was, I think it's in Burlington Northern Paint on some short line out in Minnesota. And you know, I know a locomotive or two. I think one of their Jeep 9s was scrapped, and one of the Jeep 10s, a lot of the equipment was either bought by a brewing company, interestingly enough, who wanted to like convert the cars into like brewery sort of things. Like you can go into the coach and like drink your life away there or something. And then one of the Jeep 10s was bought by the rare I guess the Welcome Center there, which I wasn't an Illinois Central fan at the time. I am a massive Illinois Central fan now. I did get pictures, like phone pictures and whatnot. Why isn't this extended? Maybe that's the reason why we're having so much connection problems, because I don't have the antenna extend. Well, no, because there's this. Interesting. But yeah, they tore up the track now. Not all of the Bay Coast Railroad was abandoned. Bay Coast Railroad ran between Pocomoke City and Norfolk. I know the most northernmost segment between Hallwood and Pocomoke City was sold to the Delmarva Central, and the Norfolk side was sold to the Buckingham Branch. I do want to get out there eventually. There's a Railroad Museum there. I think in Accomack. Is Accomack a town? Or Parksley? No, Accomack's the county. Parksley, Virginia. My dad also looked into some property out there, which is pretty neat. Anyways, you know what? If we're going to, I kind of want to land now. So we are going to land. Actually, before I do, if we're going to land, we should get into a lower orbit. You know what? I don't want to kill it, because if I don't have enough fuel to get back, then they're stranded down there. If I don't have enough fuel to land and get this back to orbit, then they're stranded. If I don't have enough fuel to get back from orbit, then I can just send out a tanker. So, oh my god. My bitrate okay? On the YouTube end, it's utter garbage. Yeah, I really want to go see a launch out there. Only like, how would I get there? Actually, what's the most efficient way of getting there? Because there's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Virginia, which is at the mouth of the Chesapeake. And then there's the one up in the middle of the Chesapeake. I don't know which one would be closer. Probably the one farther up. And I could do some rail fanning along the way down. Actually, while we're burning, I'm actually gonna look this up. Probably not a good idea, but screw it, I'm gonna do it. Choose starting point. My house. Choose destination point. Cape. Well, let's just say Wallops Island. Alright. About 3... Okay, so Google Maps is saying I would either... There's one where I have to go through Baltimore, go all the way up to Wilmington, and then drop back down and drive through Delaware, which is 4 hours, about 5 hours. And then there's the one which is just like going across the one that goes across like Kent Island and whatnot. I always forget the name. Chesapeake Bay Bridge? Are they both named Chesapeake Bay Bridge? I forget. And then go to Wallops Island, which is only about 4 hours. Only a 1 hour difference between those two. That's really interesting. Where is the nearest city? Like, hotel? To, like, Wallops. We'll get into a stable orbit, and then I'll check. Because... Actually, I can just check right now. Yeah, there's some next to Wallops Island. There's one in Pocomoke City. There's a Holiday Inn in Pocomoke City. Refuge Inn, Hampton Inn, Chincoteague. National Wild... Well, that's a national park, so I guess having a hotel there makes sense. Not a lot of people really go to the Eastern Shore. As I said, like, Well, it's just a fact. Not a lot of people go to the Eastern Shore. You're there for two reasons, really. Or three. Three? Maybe three. Or two. I don't know. You're not there for any... No, there aren't enough reasons to go to attract the overwhelming majority of people. I mean, Ocean City is near there. Which, like, Cape Charles kind of wanted to become the budget Ocean City for a while. Just never happened. Just one of those things that just never happened. I guess Cape Charles is, like, too... almost isolated, so to speak. Too out of the way to become kind of a big tourist destination. That's my general theory. Alright. We're almost in a proper orbit. Almost. Uh... Polar mission. Not, like, on purpose, but, I know it's easier to go around the equator, but I do not care enough in order to go around the equator. Alright. We are in our final orbit. I know it's dumb, it's stupid, it's awkward, but I do not care. I could be doing this mission a billion times better, but it's my first try. And, well, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going, it's 9:54. 1:54, even. The famed 1:54. It'll show up on the... Will it show up? Actually, here's something interesting. Will it show up on the YouTube end? The 1:54 emote. Your browser encountered an error. Oh, it did! Oh, that's fun. Alright, gentlemen. It is now time. Oh boy, 130 in terms of monopropellant. Alright. I'm going to try this. Should or should I not try this with Kerbal Engineer? Alright. If I get heads... Heads I do it with Kerbal Engineer, tails without. Okay, there we go. With Kerbal Engineer. Alright. Surface. Or land. Alright. Where are we going to land? I have... we'll land... Land. I don't want to land along the... Oh, I just realized, because we're in such an orbit, I'm gonna have to, like, time it right. Oh, come on. That's why you orbit around the equator. Well, okay, I guess I'm going to have to use Kerbal Engineer if I don't want to fuck this up. Because it's too late to change my orbit without wasting so much fuel. And, you know, I can always just revert. But we're gonna try it. I don't care. It's gonna be awful. We're probably not gonna make it, but I am going to try. Alright. The moment I've been waiting for several months is finally upon us. We are going to land on Tylo. Why is there fuel? Did I not, like... Oh, okay. I did not disable that, so it drew fuel from there. Oh. Well... Okay, well... Too bad, I guess. I'm gonna try without. Here we go. Val, Bill, and Bob. Suicide burn in 2 minutes. Oh god. I don't know why my internet's deciding. My internet just cut out. Am I still live? I think my internet just cut out. Creator dashboard. Give me a moment. Alright, my stream crashed. You gotta love that. I love my internet. I live in the area with the highest amount of data centers in the entire world. And yet I cannot get a stable connection on my internet. I absolutely love it. I fucking love Loudoun County, Virginia. And or Fairfax County, Virginia. And or Fauquier County or Prince William County? I guess both. Fauquier County really doesn't have anything. I mean, it does. But it doesn't... What does it have? Like, I guess it has Gainesville. Oh, Gainesville's in Prince William. What the heck? Fauquier County is just, like, rural. Okay. Yeah, alright. I guess there's Clark County, but Clark County is, like, inches wide. Clark County is not big at all. Anyways, yeah, welcome back to the stream, where I ramble about counties within my state, my general region. Let's land on Tylo. That's a thing that we're doing. Of course it had to crash right there. Of course. Like, zero... I'm turning the volume up. If I'm gonna have my microphone this close to me, I might as well have my volume up. Oh. Really need to... My microphone likes to shift around, okay? You know, eh. So yeah, let's land on Tylo. Suicide burn countdown, 43 seconds. Oh god. To say I am not worried is, oh, suicide burn countdown, 41 minutes. Oh. Well, what I'm gonna do is I don't want to land in the middle of the dark. So I'm just gonna, like, burn now. Oh god, that fuel is just sucking itself away. I might want to reload. I'm gonna reload. I do not want to land in an area where that will be too much trouble. I can also... Well, it's not gonna work, because I don't have any... Dogs are upstairs. Alright, let's see if this lander will work. I am very concerned. I am worried that I will not be able to return. I might just aim for a lower orbit, and then... Alright. Activate engine. Activate engine. Activate engine. Activate engine. Activate it. Alright, let's check one more time. This is quite scary. Let's we're gonna go. Passing underneath. There we go. Suicide burn countdown, 8 minutes. 37 minutes. Okay. Gravity will be... Oh, come on. The burn length is only 2 minutes. That doesn't seem right. Suicide burn length, 0 seconds. Okay, now it says 2 minutes. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it in real time. We're not gonna, hopefully the audio is okay. I'm not gonna deploy land, might as well. Switch to surface. Because before you had to look into your capsule and see your radar altimeter, but now it's just here. Took them forever to put that in, although KSP was an indie game for the longest time. I don't think you can really call it an indie game anymore, because I think it's owned by Take-Two, which I think is owned by Rockstar. They have a lot more resources at their disposal than they did when they built most of this game, so to speak. That is utterly... Holy shit, look how fast we're moving. Oh, come on. Don't you dare, Twitch. Okay, we're back. It's buffering. Maybe I need to turn down my bitrate, but that would require me to... I already restarted the stream. Okay, we're just gonna go. Okay? I'm putting my faith entirely within Kerbal Engineer. Shit, look at that. Why are these limited to 50? These things should be thrust limited to 100. I am not risking this. Oh my god. This doesn't seem right. I'm sorry. This just does not seem right. I don't care. Yeah, I think Kerbal Engineer underestimated. Yeah. Yeah, it thinks we're around the moon, doesn't it? It thinks we're around the moon. Yeah, we're gonna impact. Okay. Nice knowing you! Fucking obliterated. Not even close. That's Tylo firsthand for you. I'm just hold F9 to load last quick save. I'm not even gonna trust Kerbal Engineer. I have to do this by myself. Oh lord. Oh lord. Okay, undock. Okay, I think our strategy here is that we are going to begin burning at, I don't know, maybe like 10 kilometers above sea level. Or, not sea level, the surface. Okay, I guess, as I said, it doesn't matter. Kerbal Engineer does not matter. We are going to have to eyeball this. And, that to me is just absolutely scary. That is a scary thought. That I'm going to have to pretty much... Because, like, it's different if you're landing on the Mun, or Minmus, or whatnot. But this is... Or even Eve, because Eve you can slow down in the atmosphere. This is Tylo. Arguably the single hardest place to land in the entire game. Of course, Jewel is the hardest to get off of, but it's relatively easy to land. This is both. This is the ultimate challenge. Alright. Kerbal Engineer doesn't mean shit. $90 kilometers. We're gonna start at 20. Or 30. 30? 25. 25. Or 30? Yeah, I think 30 is good. Because that is... Alright. 25, start burning. Oh. That's a lot faster than I thought. Oh, this thing is just gulping fuel. Oh, God. This is why I only make stations. That's what I know how to do. I feel like I need to deploy my landing gear now. $8 kilometers. We're not slowing down enough. Full force. He's wobbling. Oh my god. We're slowing down. 2 kilometers. I don't know why you're turning. Why you're turning all of a sudden. One hundred meters. 1 kilometer above the surface. That center thing is nearly out of fuel. We're almost there. We're almost there. Holy shit. Oh, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. Oh. We did it! We're here! Oh my god. You know what? You know what? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment. I am getting out my brownie. And we are going to eat my brownie. Do I have my webcam set up? I don't think I do. Give me a moment. I I was about to piss my pants. Oh god. Alright, webcam. Where is it? Window capture, image capture, display capture. Primary monitor, video capture device. Hello! I'm real. It's not like I haven't shown my face on the internet before. Covering up the Kerbals. So yeah! We did it, ladies and gentlemen! I guess I have to look at the camera. Because I have one monitor right here and I have the other one right here. But, we did it! We landed on Tylo, holy shit. The water's fine. And of course I have this masterpiece right here. I got this from a barbecue place today. And, well... we're gonna open it up. Oh, some of the crumbs are falling on the table, but that's okay. And yeah. And, brownie, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole different story whether or not we get back up, but we got down. The stream has disconnected, attempting to reconnect. Hello? Why? Okay, I'm actually getting pissed off. Why is my internet fucking collapsing on me? This moment specifically. I'm going to unlist the ones, I'm going to stay up late, and I'm going to unlist the ones on YouTube, and I'm going to splice it together into a single thing. Or maybe just re-upload it, because my god, the fuck... So yeah... if you're just joining us... we are on Tylo. We landed. I was about to... my webcam's not... I was about to toast this brownie in response, but then the fucking internet died. I did adjust the bitrate down a little bit, so the stream might look a bit worse. But, it is... oh god. I don't know if that's just the webcam just coming in and out of focus. Yeah, toast to Tylo. Good brownie. Part of it fell on the floor. Anyway, that's enough of my face. Anyways. I love the brownie. It is now time to actually get out and walk about on Tylo. This is beautiful. The ladder does indeed. Please don't fucking tell me. This worked absolutely fine on Kerbin. And this worked fine on Kerbin. And now it's suddenly not working. Could I even get back up? No. Just fall down to the surface. Well, I guess we're here. The first test, which I tested on Kerbin, is we are going to climb back up. There's the lander. Oh. Remove from symmetry. RCS. This worked fine on Kerbin. It worked fine. Perfectly fine. Could I... Hold up. You're not... Oh yeah, because Val's not an engineer. Alright. You... Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna put that there. There we go. Thank God for that. Thank God for that feature. Holy shit. Alright, Val. Do the honors in planting the flag, please. My bitrate's dying again. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Plant flag. Tylo. Oh. We made it. Can we get home? Oh my god. I don't know what to feel right now. I really do not know what to feel. Bob, you get out. It's a long, long way from home. Super far. Is my stream still going? Hopefully when I move in like half a year, my internet will be better, because I'm pretty sure they haven't upgraded the internet in my development since they built it. The bitrate is down to shit again. Oh, come on. Well, we made it, I guess. Welcome to Tylo. There was a network error. Unstable connection. Connection... I'm going to fucking murder YouTube. You know, KSP... Well, this is certainly a janky game. Oh, come on. Alright, I guess if anyone is still able to watch... thank you all for watching. I'm kind of pissed off right now, understandably. You know, if you're on the Twitch end, I don't really know what to say. Will they show up as 3 separate VODs? Who knows? I think they're close enough together. On YouTube, well, I'm gonna unlist the original things and I'm just gonna split together. That's what I'm. Sometimes my internet's amazing. Sometimes it's utter trash. My name has been Shortline614, and this has been a disappointing yet amazing stream. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. We'll try next week to get home. Goodbye.